The Star Wars galaxy is full of an astronomical amount of species and fauna. However, there are some creatures far more odd and bizarre than others. This video will cover a few of the creatures that are either the scariest, most destructive, and or just simply the most peculiar. This is in no particular order. Starting off with the Gorax, this creature has made many appearances in Legends material and one in canon in Forces of Destiny. The Gorax resides on the forest moon of Endor, though many believe it did not originate there and instead came via a crashed ship from another moon. This creature features large bushy eyebrows, slit nostrils, and sharp teeth, spanning anywhere from 6 to 30 meters in height. They frequently preyed on Ewoks, which might make some fans happy and some not so much. Nevertheless, the Gorax are said to live in mountainous regions on Endor and are very seldom seen, leading to the belief that they are simply a legend. In the year 4 ABY, directly after the Battle of Endor, Leia Organa and Luke Skywalker would encounter one of these beasts and help the Ewoks defend against the Gorax using traps. Anyhow, the next creature is the Zillo Beast. This creature is indigenous to the planet Malastare and was typically close to 100 meters in height, feeding on the native dugs and sources of energy. The Zillo Beast also possesses armor-like scales that are nearly impenetrable. The species was thought to be extinct, though in the year 21 BBY, during the events of the Clone Wars, one would be unintentionally unearthed by the Republic on its home world and wreak havoc on Coruscant after being brought there by the very same Republic. On the order of Darth Sidious, Dr. Royce Hemlock would successfully clone the beast and would keep said clones at the Wayland facility in Mount Tantus. Somewhere in wild space lived one of these creatures, and this Zillo Beast in particular was worshipped by the Benathi, though this beast would be slain by Kylo Ren, a fairly impressive feat considering Darth Vader himself failed to kill this very same creature. Moving on, we have the infamous Sarlacc, a creature consisting of many tentacles, a beak, and many roots and nerves found burrowed 100 meters into the ground. You may be surprised to hear that the Great Pit of Carkoon on Tatooine is not the only place where one could find a member of this species, as a list of planets housing this creature includes Tatooine, Pasaana, Felucia, and even Dathomir in Legends continuity. The one in the Great Pit of Carkoon in particular would serve Jabba the Hutt as a means to execute those who crossed him. Starting off as spores and reaching adulthood at about 30,000 years old, they slowly devour their prey by suffocating them with a combination of mucus, acid, and toxic fumes. Famously, many in the galaxy believed bounty hunter Boba Fett to be dead after he was consumed by the one in the Pit of Carkoon. He would of course escape in Legends and later on in canon as revealed in the second season of The Mandalorian. Another instance is one that is not as well known in considered Legends. This is on the planet Felucia, where Vader's apprentice and Starkiller would defeat Shaak Ti. Another bizarre creature can be found in the sinkholes and marshes of Bogano, this being the Ogdo Bogdo. This creature is an uncommon subspecies among the Ogdo, frog-like creatures with tough hide, long tongues, and 3 eyes. The Ogdo Bogdo is far deadlier than the typical Ogdo, and its resilient hide can even repel attacks from a lightsaber. In 14 BBY, Cal Kestis would discover and fight many of the Ogdos and would even face one of the Ogdo Bogdos. If you journey to the toxic jungles of Tuanka Ti, you could find Rathtars, large creatures with rows of razor-sharp fangs and multiple tentacles. These beasts hunt in packs and communicate with one another using howls at a frequency beyond the ability for a human to hear. Rathtars are mostly blind and rely on their sense of hearing, traveling by rolling themselves up into a ball and moving in a motion akin to a wheel. Han Solo would attempt to smuggle these creatures, and there was even a point where Darth Maul would defeat a few of the beasts himself on their home world. Acting as a rite of passage for the native Night Brother clan, venturing into Dathomir, you may encounter enormous and territorial bat-like creatures known as Chirodactyls. One Chirodactyl in particular was named Gorgera, and she would be known among the natives of Dathomir as the Winged Demon of the Canyon. She would reside in a cave that many Night Brothers would attempt to enter and survive in to prove themselves worthy of being a warrior amongst the clan. Her clawed wings were massive, and she also possessed long talons and a sharp beak, a winged terror swooping through the canyons of Dathomir until she would be killed by Cal Kestis in 14 BBY. Finally, we have the largest known being in the galaxy, and the dwellers of the Acades Maelstrom, the Summa-verminoth. These colossal creatures were nearly 7,500 meters in size and possessed enormous electrified tentacles and several glowing eyes. After raiding Kessel and freeing the slaves of the Pike Syndicate in 10 BBY, Han Solo, Chewbacca, and the rest of Tobias Beckett's crew would encounter one of these creatures near the Maw gravity well, and Han Solo would outsmart the creature, leading it to its own demise within said gravity well. Between 3 and 4 ABY, Ochi of Bestoon and Darth Vader would encounter a subspecies of the Summa-verminoth, a subspecies in the unknown regions capable of utilizing a psychic attack on its prey. A plethora of other species just as strange and or deadly exist within the galaxy, however there are just too many to cover in one video. Though if you did enjoy this video, let me know and I'll perhaps make a part 2. Anyhow, have a great day. See ya.